So here's a question for you. What's the difference between Coke and Pepsi? You know, everyone has their favorites and many are very, very loyal to one or the other. But when you strip away all of the product identity, their branding, in fact, what's the real difference in the recipe itself? Not much really, as proven by millions of taste tests. I think you guys know that. That is the most popular example, but this could be said of the same of a lot of markets. Like beer, for example, it's got to be right up there. Strip a label off two different bottles and ask your friends to tell you which is which. The results will be interesting and even entertaining, especially if you do it at a party. The real difference is what billions and billions of dollars are spent on each year: brand building. Al Ries summed this up rather simply in his book, The 22 Immutable Laws of Branding, when he wrote, "A branding program should be designed to differentiate your product from all the other cattle on the range, even if all the other cattle on the range look pretty much alike." That sounds like the beer market, doesn't it? Then he goes on to say, marketing is not selling. Marketing is building a brand in the mind of the prospect. If you can build a powerful brand, you will have a powerful marketing program. Okay then, so what exactly is a brand? We're going to answer that for you because that's why you came to this video. A brand is the perceived identity of a specific product, service, or business. It can take many forms, including name, sign, symbol, color combination, or slogan. And I will add here things like fonts, sounds, mascots, characters. Even the voiceover talent can be part of a brand. But the key is perception. Brand is what your prospects, your customers, associates, employees, partners, anybody in the community feel about your business. Your job in branding is to guide that perception to where you want it to be, not the least of which involves profitability. After all, a good brand is money in the bank. Now, as far as creating videos go for your online ventures, you want them to instantly and undeniably connect with your overall brand. For the most part, for online video and small-time marketers like you and me, that means your web presence, such as your websites, blogs, and social media profiles. Okay, so that's where I come in because I've been making online videos ever since I heard about that funny thing called YouTube from one of my friends at work one day. You know, when I first heard about it, I actually thought it was spelled with a U. Now, way back then when I got started making videos, I made a lot of horrible productions, but I gradually got better with each succeeding production, and believe me, I'm using that term loosely here. This video is about why you should be branding your videos so that they have a complementary look and feel, virtually thwart unscrupulous content thieves from using your videos without credit, and build long-lasting and more profitable internet real estate. Hey, if you're gonna be making video, you might as well be branding it for a longer, more profitable life, right? Remember, these videos you are making today could actually be around for years, and if a few of them do happen to take off virally, they'll be paying you dividends perpetually. As a marketing graduate myself, I have come to feel that branding anything I do online is critical for long-term profitability and success. But you don't have to take it from me because major corporations have full-time staff making sure this happens in their everyday business activities. So as far as videos go, let's take a look at some online video examples because video production is the specific angle of branding that we're discussing in this video. So we can see how the corporations do it. Okay, so now we can look at some examples of how branding is done at corporate levels. These productions show how important branding is and how much attention to detail these companies put into their videos. Check this one out from Coca-Cola. You can see their YouTube channel is actually heavily branded as it is. And the branding sort of surrounds the video with their familiar corporate red as a background. And the logo's right above it. Now, they could superimpose their logo in this video as well, but as you can see from the content, it really isn't that necessary because the subject of the video, the truck, does all the branding quite nicely for them. It's actually a very clever execution of branding here. The truck is the brand. I think it's awesome and really well done. Coca-Cola is a master at branding. Let's look at Volkswagen, and again you can see their channel is well branded as well with this new Volkswagen Academy concept. You know, Volkswagen's been branding for, let's see, 70, 80 years or so. You know, they know a thing or two. So they have the product front and center. They have their logo in the background as well as the logo from the car. And the color of the entire set is a match as well. Look how from within the video and the tutorial or the content, the camera angles are including the colors and logos and car decals. This stuff does not happen by accident. There is a branding manager or at least a branding supervisor there directing or at least approving the content of these videos.
Oh, Danielle, you got busted.
Oh, I would never, ever say anything bad about
And then they finish the video with a great outro, further cementing the entire theme. Really well done. Now, here's an interesting few videos from a video promotion from Orville Redenbacher's new pop-up microwave bag. This is directly from their site, and look at their awesome logo and how the outside of the video is branded as well as the video itself. A really good product placement in this video. However, if you go to YouTube and find more of their content on this new product, you can see here there's a short infomercial type of video that is branded all over the place with the product placement and goes as far as to select the color of the flowers and the towel on the stove. The whole stage is set by professionals here. This type of set is to inject this brand deep into your brain, even though you might not be realizing that it's happening. Here's another point. Look at the channel owner of this video. I'm not sure if this even belongs to Orville Redenbacher, probably doesn't. And neither does this commercial featuring Criss Angel, which someone just thought was clever enough to upload on their channel as well. But one of the benefits of branding your video properly is no matter who gets a hold of it, the credit for that content is going to be undeniably yours. There is no way to cut and splice this video up so that your branding does not show up because it's an integral part of the video. So this promotion is actually working on many levels and getting plenty of free exposure from other YouTubers. Here's a great promotion from Enterprise Car Rental, and you can see in this recruitment effort, they make sure to use their logo to help position themselves as a professional company that is great to work for. Good companies have good branding, so this can also be used as a recruitment effort too. Remember, branding is the perception of everyone in the community, not just your customers. So no matter who you're making content for, you still need branding. You still need that consistent image working for you. All right, here's another one from Reynolds Wrap. Yeah, tinfoil can be branded. Look at their branded intro, the use of colors and the use of product placement throughout. This is really well done for an everyday product, but their whole site is professionally branding. So those are just a few of the examples online, and if you want to see more, type in any major corporation at YouTube and just see how they do it. You might get some really cool ideas too. I know I'm always looking at other videos trying to get ideas for content and branding and you know, just sort of discovering something new, putting a twist on it and making it your own. All right, I hope you can see why the more consistent and persistent you are in using branding in everything you do, the more long-term value and credibility you will have in your market. Listen, why argue with companies that spend billions? I mean billions, that's millions with a B, on doing the same. Now contrast some of these well-branded videos we just looked at with some from your peers perhaps that need a little, okay, a lot of branding love. Here we have one from Brian Rose when he made this video for his site ebrgameplan.com.
Many of you recognize me.
Is very competent and puts out some really good content, but as you can see, he fails in video branding in a big way. Absolutely no identification, no connection, no theme, no colors, no fonts that remotely suggest this video belongs to this website. And the black space here is just bizarre, so he is really not taking advantage of the media in the first place. And this testimonial, take a listen.
List. And now I have this step-by-step process, and I know what to do every single day when I want to make money.
That is just kind of spooky looking, really, from a strange angle webcam. And, honestly, I think it's better to use just audio or print if this is your best sort of video attempt at branding. Here's another one. This lovely lady here has some really passionate messages in her videos, but they are not getting any traction at all and lack any connection whatsoever to her website and social media accounts. I found her via social media, but like I said, there was no connection. It's too bad too, because she has a great logo which exemplifies her as a brand as well. Here's another fella on the Warrior Forum putting out some potentially valuable messages, but only uses a webcam with zero branding. I actually couldn't even find a website of his that these really belong to. Now, as you can see, he isn't getting any views, but what if one of these videos does catch on? I mean, he will be missing out on a potentially viral connection to anything he is doing online. And, hey, by the way, webcams can be handy too, but I don't know about looking up someone's nostrils for the whole video. Maybe that's just me though. As you can see, I'm using a small frame and it's off to the side of the video. It's not the whole video. These people are passionate and they may very well have some great content to share, but can you see how these videos have zero shelf life and little credibility when seen on its own via YouTube? That in itself is a huge lost opportunity because they could be showing up in related videos forever. New viewers to your content need to be able to source a sense of the truth, reliability, and commitment from you, and to just find a connecting story with a consistent message. That's what branding's all about. Now, have a look here. I have mocked up some improvements with those 3 video frames that add instant credibility to these presentations. With James' video here, he doesn't really have a logo or a brand yet, but you can still use your URL at the very least and add complementary text on the screen so you get rid of that, that entire frame of just a webcam. Webcams are not meant for entire video frames. In this video, I brought in her logo, used the dark background for a border, and her great mugshot here because she really is the brand of her blog. Now she has a branded video with complementary text effects and a very recognizable connection to her blog. And here's Brian's, where we reduced the poor lighting effects of his webcam, sort of cornered that, created a new background, added a logo header and corner, and a matching font and a few graphics. It's a simple layout, but very connected with his website and sets the mood and theme for his entire offer. Now, when somebody sees this video on YouTube and then land on his website, they know instantly they're in the right place. Now, don't get me wrong here. This isn't going to save your business by adding a few borders and logos, but it will give you a much better chance against your competition who are still and forever spewing out stuff like this. Put the two side by side. Who would you inherently trust and want to watch more? Now, I will show you how to do this kind of branding in my free video series, but you may already be thinking, branding seems right, it looks nice, but do I really need to bother? I mean, it's extra work. Well, you got to ask yourself this. How long do you want your work to be around? I mean, things get dated rather quickly in the digital age, so why would you want to start out with something that actually looks like it was created in the 1970s? Also, what if you actually create something really viral, even if by chance? Wouldn't you want that video well branded so that you will always be getting traffic from it? I know I would. I have videos I created 5 years ago now that I totally wish I could go back and rebrand, but you're stuck, especially once they go on YouTube, because you can't edit those videos and put them back up on the same URL. You really want to be thinking about longevity here. You got to think like Steven Spielberg thinks about his projects and how they will stand up over the years. Think about E.T., Close Encounters, or Schindler's List. They're timeless, aren't they? Did you know that the majority of profitable movies only become profitable after years of rental and DVD sales from sites like iTunes and Amazon? but the branding of that movie remains the same from release to whenever, which also helps for sequels too, as you can see by this image search for Jurassic Park. I mean, all of those images, they're unmistakable, aren't they? You know what series they're attached to. Keep in mind also, you don't have to be a massive corporation like Coke or Volkswagen or Sony or Steven Spielberg to benefit from branding. Branding works just as well in micro markets because you are branding for consumers researching your market, no matter what the size. For example, not everyone has heard of the product Henkel's Knives, but kitchen professionals know that brand intimately because that is a product in their lives. It's something they need and they search for and they talk about with their peers. Branding will help no matter how long tail your market is because your video competition will most likely be very, very weak. Just because everyone is trying to do video now doesn't mean everything is worth watching. There is a lot more crap on YouTube than there is valuable information. Now, it is true that there may be some extra time investment needed to properly brand your videos and your website, but once it's done, the way I will show you how to do it in PowerPoint or Keynote will actually save you time in setting up and producing subsequent videos under the same brand. Once you set it up, you'll instantly know what type of images or graphics to use and best suited for your videos, and you'll be able to use standard elements and transitions throughout that help you build your brand. It will actually be faster once you set it up. So if you're looking to build a video series, this is really important stuff. So if you want to learn how to do this kind of video branding, all you have to do is go to combocasting.com and sign up for the free video series. I spend considerable time on this topic, and I think that after you watch some of these videos, you will have quite a different perspective about your own video production. Now, one more thing, I do use a Mac for this course, but the lessons translate to PC users just the same, and you can easily replicate my results with compatible PC software. So go to combocasting.com and sign up right now, then wait for a confirmation email, and I will send you your first video immediately after. And don't forget, it's free. It's free. It's free. It's free. It's free. It's free. It's free.